I've only got 2 bars here.
It's a bit up and down. Okay, we've got 2 people in here so far, so hello and welcome to Hervey Bay on a very stormy evening. And hopefully we start to get some storms. There's a heap of storms building up out near Rooney's Point, which is right at the end of Fraser Island. So hopefully they start to push in a little bit. There's also a big front coming from up south. So with a bit of luck, we might get some storm action. But in the meantime, look at the view. Okay, it's nice just to be out here. So I will get some photos shortly. So this isn't going to be much of a photography stream, to tell the truth. This is more just, I'm hoping some storms roll in. Once the tide comes in and covers these rocks under the pier, things will look a little bit nicer. I don't know if we're going to get any colour. It's very grey out behind where the sun sets. So I don't think we'll get any colour. We might get a little bit of colour up here. But yeah, tonight's all about the storms. There are plenty of storms out there, so we're hoping they start to roll in. And hopefully we stay dry, because I don't want to get wet.
Sounds great.
Sounds good? Okay, good. So, g'day Knots. Lift road and sound good. Okay, good. All right, so we've got 4 people in here, so we're working. That's good. So yeah, welcome to Scarness Pier. Again, this is the second time I've been here. And yeah, low tide at the moment, so the tide's coming in. And hopefully the storms come in. So there's some storms building up out here. I did see a bolt of lightning before, but it's still a long, long way away. But it is heading this way. And we've got a heap of storms down south that are pushing up as well. So with a bit of luck, we'll get some storms. And if we don't get storms, have a look at that for a view. Okay. I can't really complain with that view, with or without storms. Okay, once the tide comes in and covers up those rocks. So yeah, for anyone new to Hervey Bay, this used to be all sand under the pier, and just recently all the sand kind of washed away and exposed a lot of rocks. So once the tide comes in a bit, then we'll have some nice sand and some water under that pier. So yeah, very much low tide at the moment. But yes, welcome to Scarness Pier. And yeah, it's looking really nice over in the distance. I'll just see if I can zoom in a little bit without wrecking the stream. But there's some nice big storm clouds out on the horizon. So we're hoping they sort of push through. Okay, we're hoping that they're gonna come this way. I did see some bolts of lightning out there earlier. So hopefully, yeah, we can't exactly chase them because they're out in the ocean at the moment. So we're going to kind of just waiting for them to roll in. So I've got Matt here with me again today. Matt's my cameraman and my beer supplier. And that's what we're looking at, yes. So a lot down south which is coming up. I'm sort of hoping there's one building up out over the island and there's another one building up near the top. So I'm sort of hoping that they push our way. So there's plenty around. And look, if we're lucky, we might even get a rainbow. But we could get a nice rainbow. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's in. So cheers and thank you for watching. So again, I'm not going to take a lot of photos just yet. I want once the water covers all these rocks in the foreground, then I'll get the camera out. But yeah, I'm sort of really just waiting for these storms to roll in. It was pouring when we got here. We drove here in the rain. There was a big storm right above us, but that's kind of fizzled out. So yeah, now it's the waiting game. It's the waiting game. So I'll try not to talk too much crap, but I'll try and at least make it interesting. So yeah, stay tuned and we will get some nice shots. We will get some nice photos here. But yeah, in the meantime, just enjoy the Hervey Bay sunset. We're a good half an hour to 40 minutes away from sunset. So probably 45 minutes actually, about 45 minutes away from sunset. So I don't think we'll get much colour. The sun sets behind us. So yeah, look, who knows? Who knows? It might clear off. It might build up. And that's a good thing about live streams. We don't know what's going to happen. It's all live. We might get a storm build up directly over the top of us. Anything could happen. We're live. There was an osprey just flying around before. So we had an osprey diving in the water. But of course I don't have my big lens with me. But yeah, look, either way, the sky's looking nice. The sky's looking really good. So we'll definitely get some shots. There's no doubt about it. We'll get some shots. But like I said, we've got all this rock here. I'm just sort of waiting for the tide to come in a bit, just to cover over those rocks. Yeah. I think we've got a big tide tonight too, so it should come in pretty quick. But yeah, there's some really nice clouds out on that horizon. I'll just zoom in on that again, if I can. Some really nice clouds out there. So I've got my 24 to 105. So that'll just give me a bit more range. So if all the action is out on the horizon, at least I've got the 105mm end of the lens just to zoom in. But yeah, really hoping it kind of builds up out here. Should have taken a fishing rod while you wait. I should have. I used to always carry a fishing rod in the boot. And today it would have been a good idea. It's been a while since I've been fishing. I'll get back into that soon. Now my screen's just dulled down a bit. That's all right, we can still see. Yeah, good. Okay, it does look good. All right. Okay, so look, while we're waiting, we might as well take some photos. It is a photography stream. So I do have my 10-stop filter on at the moment. The main reason I've got the 10-stop filter on, I do want to get some long exposures while it's daylight. Okay, so to capture lightning during the day, near impossible. So by putting on a 10-stop filter, we can at least get some long exposures. So the longer that shutter's open, the better chance we've got of actually getting a strike. I haven't seen a lot out there, to tell the truth. I saw one when we first got here. So I've got the 10 stopper on. That's going to give me around about a 30-second exposure. And what I might even do, let's just have a bit of a look. I'll get a shot. I'll get a shot just to make sure everything's working okay. Because like I said, the pier does look nice. It does look quite nice. So I'm just going to do a very classic pier shot to start with. It's going to focus out on the end of the pier. We're at 30 seconds, f11. It's a little bit dark. Let's just lighten it up a little bit. F10, 30 seconds. I don't have my 2-second timer on. Let's chuck that on. Okay, and there's the first shot. So we are officially a photography stream now. We're taking photos. So yeah, for anyone who's new here, I am currently the #1 photography live streamer in Scarness at the moment. It's usually Point Vernon. I'm usually #1 in Point Vernon, but today I'm in Scarness and I'm the only one here, so I am the #1 photography live streamer in Scarness. So yeah, just doing a nice long exposure. Yeah, look, that looks okay. It's nothing too epic, but it's okay. Clouds aren't moving fast enough to get like cloud movement. Yeah, the clouds are very still. It literally is the calm before the storm. There is no wind.
You right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, there's no wind at all. It's dead still. It is dead still. So yeah, hopefully some lightning. So anyway, I've got my first shot. I'll show you my first shot. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's the first shot. It's a long exposure, but yeah, once the water gets up under the pier, it will look a bit nicer. So 30 seconds, f10. I've got the 10 stop filter on, so the ND1000. But yeah, once the water sort of comes up under the pier, that's when things will start to look a bit nicer. Okay, we'll probably do a few of the classic under the pier shots as well. For anyone who watched, I think it was the last video that I did one of the under the pier shots down at Torquay. So these always make for a nice shot. Kind of helps when you've got some colour in the sky. There's not a lot happening up there at the moment. And again, just all those rocks, very distracting. Once those rocks are underwater, then we can get some nice patterns in the sand, and then get the under the pier shot. So that looks pretty cool. But yeah, I just wanted to get here early because yeah, like I said, when we first got here, there were a few storms around. It was looking pretty good when we first got here, so I thought I'm going to get here early, get set up, and then it's all just disappeared on me. It's all just disappeared. But we can wait. Sit here and wait for something to happen. I'll get my camera out of the shot. And I'll go back and enjoy my beer while I'm waiting. But yeah, when they talk about the calm before the storm, this is it. There is not a single breath of wind at the moment. So I don't know how well it picks it up on the phone, but that is absolutely glassy. No wind at all. And I reckon in about 2 or 3 hours time, we're going to have more than enough wind. It's just hitting Rainbow Beach now. So what's it up to? Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, that'll be a good couple of hours away. Good couple of hours away. And then we're going to be up to 30 knots of wind tonight. Good windsurfing weather. So yeah, hello again, and thanks to anyone who's new. Not a lot happening at the moment. We're just waiting. We are literally waiting for some storms to roll through. Waiting for some colour in the sky. But yeah, there's a heap of cloud on the horizon over towards Fraser Island or Gari. Over this way it's all grey, not much happening over there. There's a little bit of colour out here. Out to the left there's a bit of colour on the horizon. Behind us is where the sun sets. The sun sets behind, and normally that lights up the sky, but it's very grey. It's all just completely grey over there, so we're not going to get any sun unless we get a little break in the cloud. It's going to be very grey, except for right out on the horizon. And yeah, now the waiting game, waiting for a storm to kick in. So hopefully we get one soon. In the meantime, let's have a bit of a look around. I'm just going to have a bit of a look. I really don't like all these rocks that are down here. The audio might break up while I'm down here. It's very messy. They're all little pebbly type rocks, which I don't like. I do like bigger, nicer rocks. So we'll just wait for that tide to come in before I take some shots. I might even, There's a couple of people over here on the beach. Once they move, I might try and get some shots down towards that, all that cloud where all the action is. But yeah, stay tuned for a new video. I'll have a new video dropping soon. Working on it today. But yeah, the live streams, look, it's an excuse to get out and bring you guys along with me. Show off Hervey Bay. Yeah, like, there is some nice colour out there. There's some nice colour out on the horizon. It's a long way away.
Takeaway shops.
Yeah, takeaway shops. It's almost dinner time. It smells quite nice down here. And because there's no wind, it's just wafting. It's just sitting there. It's yeah. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I'll get a shot of these clouds and see if we can get Yarangan Pier in there as well. I've got the 105mm on. That should be enough to get out there. Let's zoom in. We'll get yeah, the beach isn't the most interesting beach of all time. We'll get a long exposure. That should blur the people out for me. Just make sure I'm focused on my horizon. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so we'll try one. There's plenty of colour down there, so we'll have a go at getting the colour. If we're really lucky, we'll get a bolt of lightning in there somewhere. So Matt's got his camera with him. Yep. So I think you've got like 300mm on that, haven't you?
It's got a 2x inbuilt.
Yeah.
Plus,
yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
300 equivalent, 150 in the new stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So that should get you right into those clouds. Because yeah, there is some nice colour down there. There's definitely some nice colour. It's probably where I don't want the filter. Yeah, nice pastel-y type. So I'll show you what I've got. And then we'll have a look at some of Matt's shots because he'll be able to zoom in. Yeah, look at that. So Matt can get right in with the Olympus, isn't it? The OM system. So there's mine, which not quite as much reach. But yeah, look, there's some nice colour in those clouds. But yeah, it would be nice to get a little bit more reach. Just get the Yarangan Piers right down the end there. Let me zoom in a bit so you can get a better look at it. Like, it'd be nice to be able to zoom right in there somewhere. Get the pier and the clouds in the background. But yeah, we're just sort of hoping for some cloud at the moment. There's plenty out there, which is good. Just want to see some lightning. I want to get some lightning shots. But yeah, there is a nice there's a storm building up out here. There is a storm building out there. So we're sort of hoping that that's going to get a bit closer to us as the night goes on. Hopefully right on sunset would be nice. That would be really nice. If we could get that storm on sunset, that would be good. Yeah, I wish I could just zoom a little bit more. Yeah, we'll wait. Yeah, some wind would be nice. It's hot.
It is warm, sticky.
It is sticky, very humid. Welcome to Queensland. Very humid out here at the moment. Because yeah, literally no wind at all. So yeah, look, we're waiting for some storms, waiting for some colour, and waiting for that tide just to come in a little bit. Once we get the tide over these rocks along here, I will definitely get some more shots. For yeah, anyone who's regular to the channel will know how much I can't stand distractions, and those rocks running straight through the frame are definitely a distraction to me. So once the tide comes in, covers those rocks a bit more, we'll definitely get some shots under the pier. We'll try and Try and get some lightning, but I can't guarantee it. Yeah, the lightning will happen just as we finish up the stream. Once it
9 o'clock tonight
yeah,
or something.
once it turns to dark.
Yeah. Once that cold stream hits,
Yeah. Once that front comes through. Like, this is where it'd be nice to be down at Riverheads and just watching it come through. Need to find like a nice big high vantage point somewhere.
even the end of the pier.
Yeah,
Tonight.
out on the end of the Urangan Pier.
And over Round Island.
I was almost going to go to, but the problem with like down there, if it starts raining because the beach is closed off, that's the biggest issue. Like here, you're going to get wet for 5 minutes, but Urangan,
A lot of tourists.
yeah, and yeah, very busy. It's that time of year. G'day Leslie, how are you? All good here. Just waiting for a storm, pretty much. It's been stormy all day, and then as soon as I decide to go live, they all disappear. Yeah, there was a really good storm out here today. So I got out on the stand-up paddleboard today for the first time in a long time. So the ankle it's getting better. It's starting to feel better. So yeah, I've tested it out on the stand-up paddleboard, and there was a big thundercloud, a huge thundercloud out here. There was lightning, thunder. It was pretty epic, to tell the truth. And that's what I was hoping tonight was going to be. I think as it gets darker, we'll start to see it light up a little bit. Oh wow, yeah. So show that to you. Yeah, so this is Matt's Olympus. So yeah, really good zoom on this. So what is it? It's a 14 to 150, which is two times.
28 to 300,
Yeah. And then you've got the
two
build.
times converter, so it's 600.
So 600 mil. 600 mil. It's one of the big advantages of the Olympus. That they so many features in them. They have built-in ND filters, built-in teleconverters.
You just got to remember to turn it off. Sometimes I forget and I go, oh, it's just not going.
Oh,
right.
okay. So you've got
gotta
to actually
remember to
switch
turn
it off.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have a good play around with that one day. We'll go out and yeah.
You can zoom a fair way in.
Yeah, that is a good zoom. That is a nice zoom. All right, we're getting close. The water's coming in pretty quickly. So how's the Lightroom going, Leslie? Been playing around with Lightroom much lately? Are you ready for Photoshop? Are you ready for me to teach you some Photoshopping?
Is there a free version of Photoshop?
I think the mobile version, I think there's a Photoshop Express. I think there's a version called Photoshop Express, which is, yeah, the mobile version. I think, or maybe it's Lightroom that's free. I can't remember. But yeah, I've just heard that Photoshop have put their prices up too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Hey.
Torrents are your friend.
Yeah, yeah. We might have to get the old pirate ship out and go for a sail. Yeah. So, but the problem is that I've tried all the other software. I've tried all the different softwares, and I always go back to Photoshop and Lightroom. Yeah, it's one of those things. They know that they can charge for it. Because yeah, I bought Affinity. I bought Affinity Photo a long time ago because that was kind of the closest to Photoshop, and I used Infinity for about a month, and it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Photoshop just does everything. Like yeah. Like even though these other programs, they have the exact same features, but they just don't. You just don't get the result you want. I'm too fussy. That's my problem. I'm too fussy. It does. The sky does look really good.
Yeah.
It's
Must be going over the top, eh?
It's a shame it's so far away. Yeah, got some really nice colour out there. I was almost going to go to Urangan, but just a bit busy. Busy. The beach is closed. Okay, the water's getting close to coming over those rocks. It's yeah, it's looking nice. It's looking nice. Very still.
Yeah, the one straight out from here is
That one's building.
sort of raining, yeah.
Okay, I can see the rain
Another
out
one.
there.
Coming across.
Oh,
here,
yep.
which is, might be just out of us.
That'll be
Oh,
sort of
that
a
one.
little bit behind, isn't it?
Mm,
Yeah, that one out there, that's the one I sort of kept my eye on earlier.
yeah,
See, but when it's like this, they can just build up from nowhere.
yeah.
Like they can literally just, as soon as you get those currents up in the air, they can just kind of build up from nowhere. So yes, to anyone who's in here, I will take some photos soon. I know it is a photography channel, and I will get some photos soon. So bear with me. Yes, definitely ready for Photoshop. Okay. Yeah, well, we'll get you onto Photoshop soon. There's a couple of things that Lightroom just doesn't do. So yeah, we'll make a plan to actually take some photos that we need to Photoshop, if that makes sense. Or I could just teach you how to add lightning when there's no lightning. That's always a fun one to do. If we don't get any lightning, I'll Photoshop it in. Yeah, I'm going to just get another shot of all those clouds. Getting a lot of people down on the beach now. Getting a lot of people down on the beach. I'm just going to zoom in on those clouds. I've still got my 10 stopper on, which probably don't need it at this time of night. I was just hoping for some lightning. Yeah, lots of people coming down to watch the sunset. But yes, the ankle's feeling better, so hopefully soon I'll be back out on the rocks and out where I really want to be. So that's when, you know, things will get a bit more exciting once I can actually get out where I want to be. At the moment, I'm just kind of playing it safe by sticking to the beaches and the mud flats. So yeah, once my ankle's feeling better, I'm still in no state to be walking across rocks just yet. Yeah, there's some really nice cloud out there. Really nice cloud. But I don't want nice cloud, I want some lightning.
All around it.
It is, it's all around, except for where we want it, and that's right at the end of the pier. But yeah, again, what we'll do is, yeah, I'm still sort of undecided with the live streams for the editing side of things, because I've still got another 2 streams to catch up on. And I just find that I'm kind of doing the same thing when it comes to editing, because yeah, like, to be honest, I don't edit much anymore. Like, I do my little process to it and that's it. I try and get everything right in here, so then I don't need to edit. So I found with the last few streams that I've done, I don't need to do a lot of editing. So I don't want to sort of do the editing for the sake of editing. So what I'll do is...
I think the merging and stuff, that was excellent.
Yeah.
Put the boat in, the moon.
Yeah, like merging things. And that's what I'll do. What I'll do is I'll combine...
Think of doing that.
I'll combine a few of the streams into one session. So I'll pick out, rather than just go through every single photo, I'll pick out like one of the pier, one of the tree, one of the rocks, and then yeah, try and think of ways of editing, just so I'm not doing the same thing all the time. I was planning to do with the Yarangan pier, I was going to do one like to print, because it's a little bit different. The way I process the prints are a bit different. But there wasn't anything in there print worthy And that's the problem. Like if you know,
Don't know, do you?
yeah. It was one of those mornings I was hoping for cloud and colour
Just
and
got to keep going.
exactly. And that's another, you know, that's one of the reasons I'm doing the live streams is you're going to see that we don't always walk away with really good shots. It doesn't happen all the time.
Okay, that one is coming quick. The one over here.
That one over there is coming quick.
It's coming quick.
All right.
It's probably this here that we'll see.
Okay. So yeah, look, I know I've got a few shots here where I've walked out in the water and shot back that way,
We could do that.
which we could, yeah. We'll see how we go. If this one starts to build up, if we start to see some lightning behind us, we might venture out into the water and shoot back towards this way. But yeah, otherwise just kind of waiting for that tide to come in. So then at least I can get some shots of the pier. Okay, so another good thing with, now that it's kind of grey and overcast, is where black and whites are nice. So this makes for nice black and white shots. Okay, when you've got no colour, black and white. Black and white is good when you've got these dull overcast. Right, there's a little bit of colour on the horizon, but it's too far away. Unless you zoom right in on it, it's just a bit too far away. So we'll do some black and whites. Black and whites are always nice, especially with long exposure. Long exposure black and whites are always good. But yeah, we're just we're waiting for something to happen. Not going to be the most exciting stream of history.
This one's
Yeah, that one's
pretty quick.
There's a big cloud coming right for us at the moment. Yeah, that's definitely, now the southeasterlies are kicking in. So everything's kind of happening up this way over the back of the pier. So I have got a few shots where I've kind of walked out in the water and shot back, which we might do later. Depends on the tide. I think the tide's, from memory, like last light, it was around about 1.6. So it'll be, you know, almost waist deep. It'll be almost waist deep. But yeah, just that tide's almost enough. Almost enough. But yeah, absolutely no one on the pier, which is a first. So here's the Scarness Pier. So lots of nice, like on a high tide you get some nice shots with all these rocks. Get under the pier. Okay, so that's Scarness. Torquay's down a bit further, and then Urangan down the end. So for our overseas viewers, this is Hervey Bay in summer at low tide. Looks much nicer on a high tide when we've got some water.
Yeah, Linda said she was here fishing this morning.
Linda.
Saw the clouds rolling in.
Hi, I was there this morning fishing and saw the clouds rolling in. We were here too this morning. So yeah, we probably just missed you. Well, I think we got here around about 11 o'clock. And yeah, there was some awesome clouds like right up here. There was a big thunderhead. There was a bit of lightning and thunder coming out of it. So yeah, I went out on the stand-up paddleboard this morning to test out the ankle and to have a swim. So how did you go with the fishing? Did you catch anything? More importantly, did you end up catching anything, Linda? It's that time of year where we start to get some good fishing around here. Just get that camera out of the shot so we can have a look at that pier. But yeah, we're almost ready to take some photos. Caught a whiting and the others caught a mullet. Yeah, we saw a few mullets swimming around out there. We did see a few mullet. Yeah, this spot, if there's anyone who's keen on fishing, this spot is very good for whiting. So I do have another channel called Life on the Bay, and you'll see me fishing quite a bit out the end of this pier. So yeah, sort of pump the yabbies and plenty of whiting out there. Occasionally you get some nice grunter. Jack caught a really good grunter out the front here. What we might do, let's just go down a little bit. We've got a few people walking around, so we'll just sort of get out of their way. But yeah, the tide's coming in a fair bit now, so we're almost at that time of night. Where I can start thinking about taking photos. Okay, so I've got some really nice patterns in the sand, which is good. It's just all these rocks down here, they're just a bit messy for my liking. Yeah, whiting. Our biggest problem with the whiting, they're too small. I don't like little fish, they're just a bit too hard to fill it up. And it's not often you get a good size whiting here. Alright, so let's take some shots. I've still got my 10 stopper on. So what I'll do, I want to try and get down as close to the water as possible. I'm going to try and cut out all these rocks. I don't like all these rocks in front. So I'm going to try and frame it up so it's just the pier. If I'm really lucky, I'll get a bolt of lightning in the background. Okay, actually, yeah, it's way too dark for my 10 stopper. So let me just go and change filters. Okay, I do have my remote trigger. I could do a really long exposure. No, I won't. I don't want to get my trigger out yet. I'm just going to grab my filters. Yeah, I only had the 10 stopper on, hoping that we were going to get some lightning and get some nice long exposures, but there's no lightning happening. There's no lightning happening. What I might do is I might go my ND64. ND64 will still cut out enough light to give me a long exposure. And I'll try not to drop it this time. Did your filters turn up, Leslie? I know you were going to order some filters. Did you order them and did they turn up? Because we'll have a bit of a play around with those filters when you get them. Oh yeah, Christmas time, so yes. Yeah, they may take a little bit longer with postage. Linda, I did have a camera as well, took a few pics. Can't help myself. Oh, exactly, I did the same thing. I didn't have my camera with me, but I had the phone, and I got some photos on my phone, which I can't show you because I'm using my phone. But yeah, I got some photos with the phone. Got some photos of the dog with the storm cloud behind. Yeah, postage will be a bit slow at the moment, Christmas time, so there's going to be a lot of things being sent. All right, let's have a look. What I'll do, let me get in a little bit closer, and I'll kind of... All right, let's at least make this slightly interesting while there's nothing happening, and I'll show you my camera settings. Okay. There's absolutely no reason I use a lens hood, but it's there. Okay, so we'll go into live view. Okay, so that's kind of what I've got framed up, which I haven't actually framed up anything yet. So what I'll do is, I can't do this with one hand. Let's frame that up a little bit nicer. Yeah, still not, a bit too close. I want less water, less beach. Okay, so that's kind of what I've got framed up at the moment. And as you can see already, that will make for a nice black and white. Okay, there's absolutely no colour around. So this is where black and whites can be nice. I'm just going to manually focus. I'm going to focus out on the end of the pier, because I'm going to be shooting it around about f8. So I'm just going to focus on the end of the pier manually. Okay, we're currently at 30 seconds, which is going to be way overexposed. So this is where my histogram comes in. And all I'm going to do is take my shutter speed down until my histogram isn't blowing out. Okay, so as soon as my histogram goes all the way to the right, we're blowing our highlights. We're making everything very bright, which can be okay with black and white. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to do it. Sometimes by blowing out that sky, it really will make your black and whites a bit more black and white. Okay, so purposely overexposing to create that white sky, and the pier is going to be black. Okay, so I'll show you that shot. It will be overexposed, but overexposed on purpose to create a literally black and white photo. So yeah, good tip for people who just like to capture everything in camera without editing. Yeah, if you just slightly overexpose sometimes, look at that. That is literally a black and white image. Okay, unedited, just straight out of camera, just by overexposing a little bit, blowing out that sky and making it completely white. But that's not like, I don't like to shoot like that. I like to edit. Editing's fun. Or developing, I should say. Not so much editing, developing. Okay, so I'm just going to get it so my sky isn't blown out. So then if I want all that detail in the sky, I'm just watching that histogram, that it's not going all the way. And I'll take that shot. And that's the beauty of editing. If I want to overexpose, I can just crank up the exposure slider. If I want all that detail in the sky, I can just take it down a little bit. So I always recommend just, don't overexpose too far, don't underexpose too far, unless it's intentional. Okay, so it's going to be hard to pick up with the phone, but that's an overexposed, so that will make a nice black and white, and then there's our exposed correctly. Okay, and again, what's annoying me is all of these rocks down the bottom. Okay, so it's not a clean shot at this stage. I just want that tide to come in a little bit more, just to cover all these rocks down here. So then we get some nice clean lines. Yes, I could come out further and sort of frame it up out here a bit more. Okay, so frame it up a bit more like that. We'll get rid of all those rocks. But I just want to try and get as much pier as possible, to tell the truth.
45 knots.
45 knots at Double Island. Ah, Jesus. It's going to get pretty wild tonight. Anyone who's in Hervey Bay, if you've got anything loose in the backyard, go and strap it down now. The winds are coming. 45 knots. 81 kilometres an hour. 45 knot gust. That's windy. That's very, very windy. Yeah, so we won't quite get that 45 knots here, but it's still going to be windy. So yeah, thank you to everyone who is here at the moment. Like I said, not the most exciting stuff. I was really hoping for a storm. Even some nice big storm clouds would have been nice. But yeah, look, enjoy the sunset. Let's just come over this way a little bit. Sunset, it's not even a sunset really, is it? Enjoy listening to me, listening to my soothing voice. So if anyone's tired, now's probably a good time to go to sleep. I'll wake you up when something happens. Because there ain't much happening at the moment. So I'm going to do what I said before. There's a little bit of colour starting to come over this way. We might even go onto the other side of the pier, to tell the truth. Yeah, there is. We've got some colour coming out over this way. So I'll just spin you around. There's a little bit of colour starting to seep over through the clouds. So we might just go onto the other side of the pier for now. Just going to go on the other side of the pier, Matt. Yeah, we've got a little bit of colour up there, so we'll go and let's capture that colour while we've got some colour. I'll just wait for these people to get their shot. A few people down here getting their under the pier shot. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's do it. I'll get it when the tide comes in. I want a bit more water. Let's get that sky while we've got sky. So So I don't want to be too close to that. I don't want the pier to block all that colour. So I'm just going to keep going until I can see that colour above the pier. Just want to get a clean shot of the sky without the pier cutting through it. Okay, so up here is looking a little bit better. Okay, it's not a lot of colour, but there's a little bit up there. So let's get that shot. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I don't want all that rocks and crap in my foreground, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I've got some people on the pier. Go a nice long exposure, and they should blur out. So that was a question. That was a question someone, I think it was Ultimate, asked the question: how long does your shutter speed need to be to make people blur? Let's find out. We're at 13 seconds. 13 seconds will blur them easily. So yeah, by having a long exposure, those people walking on the pier, you're not even going to see them. Okay, they will literally be a blur. There's a little bit of colour up there. It's nice pastel-y colours. Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. I'm just going to go up to... I don't like how I'm cutting off that end of the pier. I'm just going to have to get some of that foreground to tell the truth. I have to get a little bit of that sand. And I'll show you what I mean. Roy, g'day Roy, and welcome. Getting close to the rocks, make them a feature. Yeah, the rocks, they're just a little bit too small for my liking. That's the only thing I don't really like about them. And there's a heap of weed down there as well. So if I get in nice and close, let me show you what's going on. So it's a lot of weed, and it's not very nice rocks. Okay, I do love my rocks, but yeah, these ones, there's a lot of weed, there's a lot of cuttlefish, sticks and branches. This rock here is okay, so that one's not too bad. I'll probably come down and get that one soon. So it's getting there. Now that all those little rocks are covered up, things are looking a little bit nicer. But yeah, normally I would be down nice and close, but it's all those sticks that are just a little bit distracting to me. Just a little bit too messy for my liking. But there is definitely a nice rock down there. But yes, thank you for joining in. And I'll do that shot just for you. Okay, let's get in there. And I do want this rock down here. That one I definitely do want. Okay, but yeah, just those sticks on the beach. With a long exposure, we'll probably be able to make some of them disappear. But yeah, now that the tide's coming in a bit, this is where things start to look a bit nicer. So I'm going to get down nice and low. Get down low for this shot. So nice long exposure around that rock should look nice. But yeah, we've had a lot of rain up here recently, and there's a lot of sticks and branches coming out of the Mary River. So the water's a little bit murky at the moment. Yeah, quite a bit of debris in the water, to tell the truth. Today was nice on the high tide. So let's get down nice and low to this rock. Now I'm going to bury my tripod in quite a bit. I don't have my wide angle lens, which isn't going to help, so I'm just going to have to come back a little. And we'll get that shot. That's looking okay. And again, I'm just going to focus out on the end of the pier. So we'll get that shot there. Yeah, so I didn't bring my wide angle. So normally with my wide angle, I like to get in nice and close. And that's another video I'm working on at the moment. I'm going to work on using a wide angle lens. But yeah, I bought the 24-105 today because I'm hoping to get some some lightning out on that horizon. So I'll quickly show you that shot. So that one's come up all right with the long exposure. So there's that shot there. So again, it's not bad, it's just all of this down in this corner, just a bit distracting for me. I do like my nice clean shots. So that single rock is not too bad. Yeah, once the tide comes in a bit, it'll just kind of cover up a lot of this stuff. But yeah, as for the lightning, not much lightning happening at the moment. But yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, once it gets darker, exactly. Matt was just saying, once it gets dark, we might start to see a few flashes in the sky. So that could be good. Yeah, I don't know if I really want the under the pier shot just yet. I'll just wait for it to come in a bit more. But yeah, this time of night, this is where black and whites look nice. Okay, we can get some nice black and whites here. Very grey sky, not a lot happening in the sky. So black and white could be good. I don't think we're going to get the lightning I was hoping for.
Come back 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, we'll come back tonight. Come back a bit later.
Even off the actual jetty.
Yeah. We'll go and do the under the pier shot while we're waiting. Give this a try and see what it looks like. It's hard to beat the old classic under the pier shot. So again, just that row of leaves, I'm going to try and cut them out of my shot. Try not to have that. Normally I would like to get, let me show you. Normally I'd like to get all this runoff. Like you get some really nice patterns in the sand under the pier. And you get some really nice reflections, which we could do, but yeah, just this line of sticks and leaves, and I don't want to spend that long in Photoshop cloning them all out, to tell the truth. Which is what I would have done in the old days. I'd sit there and I'd clone all those sticks out. Spend an hour getting things out of my shot. These days, I can't be bothered. I'll just try and get it all in camera. So yeah, let's just do the classic under the pier shot for now. There's some nice cloud off to the left, which looks pretty good. The question is, how low do I want to go? How low do I want to go? Make sure I'm in the middle. And again, if you're working on wet sand, just push your tripod down. Push your tripod down because it will sink. And I'm going to zoom in a little. Somewhere around about there. Get everything nice and centered. And again, I'm just going to focus out towards the end of the pier. I'm still at F8, so depth of field is fine. I can feel myself sinking, so see how this shot comes out. Yeah, wet sand and long exposures are not a great mix. It's a really nice cloud looking. That one out there looks good. Let's have a look. It's very dark. Zoom in and have a bit of a peep. Yeah, that's blurry. I've got a bit too much movement. I'll just get this tripod to sink down a little bit more. That one's come out just a little bit blurry. The tripod's still sinking. And that's a problem with wet sand. Wet sand, you are going to get a very sinking tripod. So I'm up to 30 seconds now. Go 30 seconds. Hopefully the tripod stops sinking. Yeah, this shot works good when you're up on the dry sand because this sand here is very wet and spongy. So the tripod just, all it needs to do is sink 1 mil and that's enough to create some blur. So yeah, once the tide comes in a bit, we get up on the dry sand, then we don't have an issue. But like I'm slowly sinking into this sand as we're here. So we'll have a look, see if it's coming out. I think it's still, yeah, it's okay. It's not, oh yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I can read the sign up there, so that's usually my my gauge. If I can read the sign on the side of the pier, then I know that we're nice and sharp. Okay, so that's the under the pier shot. I'll show you that one.
Yeah, got a question from Knots.
Knots, could you try a picture of just the ocean and sky? It looks like there would be. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. It's yeah, we're sort of at that time of night where they do, because it's so glassy. So there's my under the pier shot. Okay. So again, I've just tried to get rid of all of that in the foreground and just frame it up so we've got just the water. But yeah, let's try that. Yeah, I know what you mean, the horizon shot, where we get just cloud and just horizon, because it is a glass off. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on where all the cloud is. Hopefully the dog doesn't drink our beer. I think this side, there's a nice big rain cloud out on the horizon. Let's have a go at that. So nice big rain cloud out here. So let's have a crack at that. And see if we can blend the horizon into the sky. Zoom in a little. Zoom in enough. I want to get the top of that cloud. Just come over this way a little bit. Let's get away from the pier. In this wet sand. Just sink the tripod down. Let's zoom right in on that thunderhead. Looks quite nice. Zoom in, make sure we're nice and sharp. Let's give that a shot and see how that looks. Yeah, there's a nice big thundercloud out there. No lightning yet, but with a bit of luck, we might get some lightning. You can kind of see, yeah, that's definitely a thunderhead building up there with all that rain coming out of it. So let's see what we can do with that one. That's sort of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for just like a big thunderhead to build up out there. It's looking good at the moment. Let's have a look at that shot. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'll show you that shot that I've just got. Need to go and grab another beer in a minute. So there's that shot with the horizon. So just nice clean horizon. It's yeah, I think over that, yeah, it's hard to tell. I do like that cloud. I might get some more shots of that cloud while we're here. But yes, I know the shot you mean where, yeah, the horizon just blends in with the water. Got almost a little bit too much texture for that to work at the moment. Out the other side looks nice. Let me just grab a drink. Getting a bit dry. It might be almost time to take that filter off too. Where are we at? Yeah, time to take that filter off. It's getting dark enough now that I don't need a filter. So I'll just take that filter off and we're not exactly getting a lot of lightning action at the moment, so no point trying to get long exposures. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Got a good wash when I get home. It's looking promising, like there's some nice big clouds out there. There's no lightning in them yet. We might get lucky. We might get lucky. So I will keep streaming as long as I can, because I know as soon as I stop is probably when we're going to get lightning. So I will try and stream for as long as possible. That cloud's looking really nice now. Let me get this up high, just so I'm not down on the ground. I do normally like to be down low, but because my ankle's still not 100%, I feel it very quickly. Okay. That would look good. It's definitely a glass off at the moment. No wind at all. I want to see something come out of that cloud. So what are we going to do? Let's just get the cloud on its own for starters. Okay, I'm just going to sink this tripod in. Let's just get the cloud on its own and see what that looks like. I'll probably do a bit of photoshopping with this one, just to, not so much photoshopping, but do a bit of editing to it to really make it dramatic. Starting to fog up. That is a nice cloud. Just going to get out. Try and get a slightly cleaner shot. I'd love for a bolt to come out of that right about now. Let's go up to 2 seconds. It's certainly looking promising. There's just no lightning around at the moment. Really, really nice reflections. Really nice. Just want a nice big bolt of lightning to come through. Look at that for a glass off. How good is this? Even without lightning, it's very nice. All right, I'm going to come back up here. Let's try and get the pier and that cloud. See if we can get both of them in the shot. Might have to do a pano. Oh, it's close. Don't like my foreground. Don't like my foreground at all, but let's give it a shot anyway. Let's go up to 4 seconds. We might have to do a bit of photoshopping with this one. Okay, I'll show you the shot, and I'll show you what's annoying me about this shot. Okay, so we've kind of got the pier and that cloud in the shot. Let's just darken this down so it's easier for you to see. But yeah, again, what I really don't want is the beach running through here. It's going to be hard to see on the phone, but yeah, all those leaves and sticks just creating almost like a black line across the front of the scene. And if I go up higher, then we kind of cut off the pier. So this is one of those shots we might have to do a bit of photoshopping just to get rid of all this mess along the beach. Okay, and that's all just sticks and leaves, and so I'm doing my best to try and keep them out of the shot. But yeah, we'll see how we go. If I get some lightning, that'll just solve all of my problems. So again, I'm just going to exposing for my highlights. Basically, it looks very bright on the back of the camera, but I know my highlights are under control, so get all that detail. And the longer the exposure, the better chance I've got of actually capturing some lightning. Because it could be one of those nights where we'll get one bolt and I'll be spewing if I miss it. I can't even see any flashes along the horizon, to tell the truth. Can't really see much happening at all. So let's do a bit of a pano while we're here. I'm just going to do a 2-shot pano. Let's do a 3-shot pano, just because. The problem with doing panoramas on a pier, the pier will start to bend and go a bit warped. So whenever you've got straight lines, especially when you're shooting wide angle, try not to have piers or any sort of buildings, because yeah, trying to stitch a pano together when you've got pylons and all the railing, it's a bit of a nightmare, to tell the truth. If you've just got mountain ranges and sky, it's not so bad, but yeah, trying to do a pano with a pier, the distortion can be a bit tricky. It can be done, it's just a bit of a pain, to tell the truth. Yeah, really just waiting for some lightning, and it's not happening. I don't want to go onto the other side of the pier, because then if I go onto the other side of the pier, I'm going to block that cloud. And I reckon if we're going to get any lightning, that's where it's going to be. Now, I'm just going to take a shot. I get the feeling there will be a bolt coming out of that. It looks too good not to be thunder. It looks too good. The lightning tracker, that's all behind us, yeah. That's going to hit us on the way home. Yeah. There's a heap of lightning out behind us. And I'll guarantee you when we're driving home, we'll probably see it. So I might even sneak out later and get some photos of the lightning. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, just where that is at the moment. Once the tide gets a bit higher, there's some nice rocks along there that make for some good foreground. Sort of that in-between time at the moment where not enough rocks or too many rocks. Yeah, I reckon out behind us would be the place to be, I think. Alright, let's just come and check to see what's happening. So thank you to everyone who's sticking in here. So there's that thunderhead out there. Yeah, not the epic lightning stream I was hoping for. See, if I had my wide angle, that's what I'd be framing up, with that nice big cloud out here in the pier. But I didn't bring my wide angle with me today, because I knew if we were going to get lightning, it was going to be out on the horizon. So yes, so this is what you're going to see in live streams. You're going to see things that don't happen. You're going to see the fails, the epic fails. All it takes is one bolt and we'll be okay. That's all I need. And the thing is, I'll see it and I'll have the camera off. But yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on that cloud. That does look nice out there. It sort of, can't tell whether it's building or whether it's just moving. We might even do, let me have a quick look under the pier. Just going to have a quick look under the pier and see what's happening under here. It's getting a bit too dark under the pier. Getting a bit too dark. Yeah, again, I just don't. But let's just do one anyway. I've only got about 50 under the pier shots. What's another one? Let's just hope that we do get a bolt of lightning pop out from the side of the shot. That would be nice. Let's see what happens. But I thought that was thunder then. It was probably just a car going past. I thought we'd at least see some flashes along the horizon, but there's just nothing. There's just nothing. Okay, so there's another under the pier shot. Yeah. Let's get another one, just on the off chance that we do get a bolt of lightning either side of the pier. I just want one good shot. I think this is one of those streams where I haven't got anything yet. I haven't got anything that I'm happy with. This could be a, not straight to the bin, but yeah. Not the most exciting night of all time. Well, it's just good to be out. Good to be out. Hoping for something to happen. Let's try. I'm going to get in nice and tight on that pier. There's nothing else to shoot, so I'm just going to do the old classic under the pier shots, eh? Where's that light coming from? How dark is it looking on the back of the phone? It's getting pretty dark, isn't it? All right, yeah. I think I might wind it up soon. It's getting very dark. There's no lightning going on, so I was hoping for some lightning. So yeah, thank you to everyone who popped in. I think I might start to wind it up now. It doesn't look like all the lightning's behind us. Hear that? Yeah, I just heard thunder then. It is. It's all behind us. So I might go and have a bit of a look for some lightning. But we're not going to get it out here where we are. And it's getting a bit too dark to stream, so it's not going to be the most exciting stream of all time, seeing the dark. So again, thank you to everyone who popped in. So thanks Knots, Roy, Leslie, Linda, Matt. So yeah, thank you all for popping in. Yeah, not the stream I was hoping for, but yeah, that's photography. We don't always get what we want, okay, and we made do with what we did. So I'm going to wind it up there, and I will see you all shortly.